welcome to Left Talk, Marcus.
Thank you very much, Anesu. I just took a sip of something yet to be explained out of the happiest mug on earth. Have you seen this yet? The happiest mug on earth?
No. It's actually my first time seeing that specific one.
Yes, it is. Well, it is. I don't know if I can plug this company, but some of these characters might be recognizable, and they are part of what is known as the happiest place on earth. And so if they're on here and it's super colorful, psychedelic 60s, it doesn't get any happier than that. So cheers.
I mean, to be honest, one of the things that I respect so much about you is the positive energy that you have, that energy that you exude, that happiness, that joy. And I mean, to be honest, it's very contagious. Even if a text you can tell that this guy is very happy. Now, somebody might be asking, what exactly is the secret behind that? What does it mean to you?
Those are almost two things. But I think the second part of that statement / question was, how much does it mean to you? I think that's the secret. It's sort of like we say, if something means enough to you, you will find a way. And then if it becomes enough of a habit, then it becomes almost something that you must do. And so you're always finding ways to do what it is that means a lot to you. And in this case, it's joy. I mean, look at this shirt. Hang on, watch this. I am joy. I favor joy. I spread joy. I wore that shirt. So it's just, you just have to, you have to have some faith, I think. And then as your faith allows you to put it out there, and you keep finding ways, even in a text like, what's up? And then you experience, if you experience energy coming back to you, then it creates a cycle, hopefully, of uplift that feeds into your faith more. And it feeds into what's important to you more, because you see evidence that it's working, that it's important to others too. And then we're all in it together, and all of a sudden, just like you and I, you're in Thailand, and I'm in Las Vegas, and now look at us.
Yeah. But I mean, would you mind sharing some advice? Because I mean, your level of energy is just so admirable. It's so amazing. And I know many people might want the same thing in their own lives. How would you advise them to have that kind of level of energy in their own lives, despite the things that might be going on around them?
Oh, absolutely. Well, first, it's very important for everybody to know, including your listeners and your viewers, that I have moments, that I have hours, I even have parts of whole days where I don't feel necessarily that joyful fire or that joyful warmth all the time. But I have tools that I use to create a little bit of joy, or to have my eyes open to receive joy, to find joy, and so to start recognizing it and be able to feed it back into yourself is really helpful. And having the trust that you will find it, that it will work, maybe not the next minute or the next hour, but maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. And having that faith that you can create that joy in your life, even if you're in a very dark place or in a very low place. But it's a matter of finding the tools. But we all, I believe, Anesu, have, in gas stoves or in heaters, there's a pilot light. Do you know what that is? A pilot light?
Yes.
Right? It's always burning. And it's it's very small. And but you can turn it up, or you can light a fire, but it's always there. So even when we're feeling, and I have a history of this we can talk about, but when we're feeling very low or depressed even, that pilot light is in there, and we have to trust that it is. And either by ourselves or through other people, we will find the joy again, and the ability to be joyful by choice, because it's a choice ultimately. We have to start with a choice, even very little, and then it becomes more and more as we go.
I love the fact that you said happiness is a choice, joy is a choice. And I mean, we have to clarify and make sure that everybody gets that you have the power to decide to be happy. You have the power to choose to be joyful. You have the power to choose to be happy. I mean, so many people, I see many people struggling, and many people complaining every time. I'm not happy, I'm very low, things are not working in my favor. Even if things are not working in your favor, you can still decide to be joyful. Even if things are against you, you can still choose to be happy. I've seen so many people at their worst points in life, but still exude that form of happiness inside of them. So even if things are not working for you, you can still choose to be happy. You have that power. But what would be your advice to people who might be facing a lot of difficulties in their lives when the world seems to be against them? How best can they deal with maybe that stress, that depression that might come from those things in their lives?
Well, I would begin with some grace, some forgiveness for yourself, and accepting that it's okay. It's okay to be where you are, and just sort of, in the United States, sometimes we say it is what it is. And I didn't used to like that expression very much, but I believe it just starts with an acceptance that you're okay, that you're worthy, that nothing is wrong with you or the world. It just is what it is. And take stock, so acknowledge where you are. And then begin to recognize what joy might be. And joy for me includes awe, it includes wonder, it includes gratitude. And when I say forgive yourself for being where you are, know that you don't have to look at, you don't have to Google, disco party, explosions and fireworks, and then go, oh, it has to be that tomorrow. Don't worry about that right now. Just worry about the little steps, right? It doesn't have to be this instantaneous transformation, because sometimes that's just not necessarily physically, it might not be possible. But the shift, right? Like they say, it might be just a little shift, and then have the faith that it will take you in a different direction over time. So that it starts there first with just where am I at, and have the trust and the faith that it will come. Then recognize what joy might be. Not necessarily the fireworks, but just maybe somebody else is smiling. Maybe there's a flower. Don't miss it. Maybe you wake up and you take a breath. Recognize that, oh, I'm still alive. That is, you can be in awe of that a little bit. You can be in wonder for life. And that's a little bit of your light turning up. And then that feeling can go to the next thing. I also believe that if you're physically able to change your physiology, that means your body, something in your body first, that helps. Yes. Maybe it's just sitting up straight, because when we're back with this, and this makes us feel a certain way. When we haunch our shoulders, when we make this face, when we just make ourselves sit upright and just do this, we feel better. Our body registers that. And if you can, stand up. If you can, take a walk. If you can, do some jumping jacks. Jump up and down, or shake your shoulders, shake your booty. Can I say that?
It's fine.
Shake it, stand up, shake it, and start with that. And then you feel better. And then recognize, oh, that feels better. And pat yourself on the back, congratulate yourself. Yeah. That's joy. Even if it's just for a second or a minute or an hour. And that's the beginning. And then every journey begins with a single step. So it's just one step after another. But I believe you have to start with grace and forgiveness and acceptance of yourself where you're at right now. And Anesu. Very important for everyone. I'm going to say it very close to the microphone.
Yes.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
I think some people say it was like an American president who said that. Maybe it was Mother Teresa. I don't know. But comparison that means looking at somebody else will steal your joy. That means not somebody who's joyful. But if you compare, that means you're saying, I'm not as good as that. I'm not as joyful as that person.
Is that
You can look, you can aspire to others. You can let yourself be inspired and uplifted. That is not comparison. Yeah. But comparison will steal your joy.
That's a very important statement. I think it's very imperative for us to really, really, really take note of that. And I think that is the most mistake that many people make in life. That aspect of comparing themselves to other people. If only I was like that person, if only I had this, and if I was born in this family, if only I had A, B, C, D. That by itself, just like you mentioned rightfully, that it steals the joy from you. But the moment you start being grateful and appreciating that which you have, you can still make a difference in your own life. Because happiness is not about what you don't have. It's about appreciating the things that you have and being grateful for the things that you have. So happiness is not determined by where you come from. Happiness is not determined by where you are in life. You can still make a decision to be happy even when you're going through the worst of times. So indeed, it's a choice. I agree with you.
Yes, it's about the choice that you make, and the choice that, and I think you said this so beautifully, the choice that you can make. You can make the choice. And even if the choice is to just make a little bit of a difference, like to make a choice to take a little step, okay, it might not have to be a massive change, but everyone has the ability to look, instead of look here, look there. And if you can't turn your head, you can just use your eyes. I'm looking at the light. Now I'm not.
Yeah.
It's kind of a metaphor, but everybody has the ability to change and make another choice in a little way, in whatever way they can. And you're right, it's not about where you come from or what you have. And every journey is, you're not going to make the journey by looking at somebody else and going, oh, if only I was there, and oh, I wish that person wasn't there. If you want to be there, the only way you're going to do it is to go there. Even if it's slowly, even if it's with little steps.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to be inspired by that and then go, okay, I'm gonna go.